Hey, kid. It's always hard to start.
Hey kids.
Hey kids, Goodly grandparents here. Today we ordered our next batch of egg-laying hens, chickens. So now we need to set up a brooding coop for them. So let's do that.
Hey kids, Goodly grandparents here. Today we have a special day. It's happy birthday to our new chickens that we just ordered, and we're going to set up and get ready for them.
So we need to set up a brooder coop for them. That's a place where the baby chicks can live for the first few weeks. It needs to be protected and warm. We need to set up heat lamps and a safe place for them to live until they get big enough. When we get our chicks, they're going to be about 1 or 2 days old. So as Goodly Grandma said, today's their birthday. Happy birthday, chicks. So what I was thinking of doing was utilizing this coop right here. Here's an old coop that was set up, or that was just sitting off to the side of the farm. So I think what I'm going to do is take this coop and repurpose it as a brooder. So if we can use this, I think that's plenty of room inside there for the baby chicks. I can set it up with a heat lamp. We should be able to get their food and water and keep them safe. And there's all kinds of fun stuff in here, including great big yummy bumblebees for them to eat. So that should be fun. Corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a wasp that's alive in the nest.
There's a wasp nest in there?
Yeah. And he's like doing his thing. I think he might have killed the bumblebee. But I don't know.
Let me look at the wasp nest. So Goodly Grandma found a wasp's nest in the coop that we want to use for our brooder. So we're going to need to knock that wasp's nest out. I don't want to use spray because I don't want the chemicals in there with my baby chicks. So we're going to have to do it by hand. I think we'll grab a hoe and just try and scrape the wasp's nest out and then run wasp's nest, wasp's nest, wasp's nest.
Wasp's nest. No way!
Go.
It's only one wasp.
Yes, it's only one wasp. You do it.
I don't want him.
All right.
Go, be careful.
So while I was working on the chicken coop, the brooder, we got a special delivery.
That was fun.
So our chickens arrived. They were born 2 days ago on September 4th. Today is September 6th. So we had to go into Scotts Hill. That's about 20 to 30 minutes away. We had to go into the post office to pick up the chickens, the chicks. So we just got back to the farm. We're ready to put them into the brooder. Now, the chicks, they've been traveling for about 24 hours or a little bit more. When they're hatched, right before they're hatched, they absorb the yolk of the egg. So they can actually survive for about 72 hours on the nutrition from the yolk. So they didn't require any feed or water while they were being shipped. They just had the nutrition from the yolk. So let's go ahead and introduce them to their brooder coop. Open up the box and see how they did. So we have the brooder coop all set up. We've got the heat lamp going already. We've got food for them, a little chick starter mix right there. We got some water for them as well. And we've got the heat lamp going. Ideally, we want them to be at 95 degrees. And at that spot, it's about 90 degrees. So they'll be able to, the chicks will be able to move up closer to the light if they want to get warm or further away. When we put them in the brooder here, we'll watch them, and if they all crowd up underneath the heat lamp, then we know that they're too cold, and I'll lower that heat lamp down a little bit. If they all scatter around the outside, I'll know they're too hot, and I'll raise that heat lamp up. So we'll just watch them and see how they're feeling relative to their activity. All right, let's go ahead and open up the box. I've never opened one of these boxes, so let's figure out how it works. So, let's see here. There we go. Hey, chicks. They all survived. That's good. Okay. We got a variety of egg layers. And somewhere in here is one rooster. I don't know which one he is yet, and I'll have to let you know. We're going to have to look up the chicks and figure out what kind they are by looking them up on a website. So we really don't know, and they don't tell us. They just gave us a variety of layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick up the chicks and dip their beak into the water so that they can find the water. That's important, that they can find their water right away. And then we'll put them in there. So we'll just do that one at a time. Come here, chicks. So we'll pick up a chick. We're going to dip his beak into the water so he finds it. And there he goes. So one at a time here. There you go. We'll dip his beak into the water. Put him in. We will pick up a chick, dip his beak into the water. Into the water. There you go. There's his beak. Okay. Come here, chicks. He's a little one. This guy seems like a runt. Okay. Okay, go. Dip his beak into the water. Get you. Dip the beak into the water. There it is. Okay. To the water. Oh, there you go. Look how pretty he is. Look how pretty that is. To the water. Okay. And a little yellow chick, isn't that pretty? And dip his beak into the... Did I get him in? I don't know if I got his beak in. Come on. There we go. Okay, and here he goes. All right, so there they all are. What we want to see them do is all run around and be active. He's found the water, right? Good, look at him, that's good. So that's exactly what we want to see, is we want to see him drink. Later on I'll raise up the water so they're not pooping in it, because see how he's sitting in over the water? They'll probably poop in the water, we don't really like that. So I will come back probably a couple of times a day and clean out the water as necessary. And then a little bit later I'll raise that water up. Let it hang from the top so that they're not pooping in it. And they all seem like they want to go towards the light there to warm up. Yeah, this guy's just sitting here. I don't like that. Yeah, let's let him warm up. He doesn't look like he's doing that well, does he? It's kind of wobbly.